Welcome to the Designated Driver Show,
the podcast where three regular guys chase better golf and even better stories.
We got day jobs, families, and relatable handicaps, but we love the game and the grind.
Every episode, we'll talk golf, life, and everything in between. We'll grab a drink, hop in the cart, and ride along with the Designated Drivers,
where we keep it light, keep it honest,
and try to keep it in the fairway.
All right, guys, we're here. We did it. We started our podcast. Let's go, baby.
Heck yeah, let's do it, dude. So excited to get this one started, guys. I feel like we've been talking about it for a while now, and it's finally here.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Out of my element here, but let's go. Let's go.
Well, you heard Taylor in our intro, guys. Welcome to the Designated Driver Show, the podcast where three regular guys chase better golf and even better stories.
Yeah, and, being that it's our first episode, we should definitely take some time to introduce ourselves. Josh, you want to go ahead and get us started?
Yeah, I'll get started. My name is Josh. My handicap is a 17.7. Definitely went the opposite direction this year. A little bit about me. My role in the group is I'm, a little bit quiet, a little bit boring, but also can have a fun time. Golf personality. I like golf as a relaxing type of way to get away from the world, but also I'll create some chaos in my own way by my poor skill. And then on top of that, though, if we're playing for money, somehow I pull things out of my rear end and it works out. It's funny, something funny, relatable about me. I play with a 64 wedge, which is amazing. It works out great for me.
Phil Mickelson, like that.
Yeah.
64 is aggressive.
Yes. But hey, you gotta be aggressive in this game. So that's enough about me. Nate, let's hear about you.
Yeah, my name's Nate. I am a 11 something handicap, I think, right now. I got it down to as low as a 10 this year. I was at 18 last year, so pretty happy with that progress. But lost a couple scores though. Got bumped up to 11. My role in the group is I am definitely the perfectionist. I like to do things a certain way and like things to be aesthetically pleasing, and that whole thing, I tend to overthink things way too much. My brain won't ever turn off, so that's always fun. Golf personality, I'm definitely the competitor, man. I mean, that's what drove me to play golf. I see competition. I've done it my whole life growing up as a soccer player and then transition kind of in weightlifting and things like that. But golf has definitely become that kind of competitive outlet with me. And then one fun fact is I'm actually a TPI certified fitness instructor. So that's kind of my day job. I've just decided to make my golf my whole life now. So is what it is. Taylor, what you got?
Yeah, so my name's Taylor. I am currently a 7.1 handicap. I did get down to a 5.6 earlier this year, and unfortunately had a bunch of my good scores fall off towards the end of the year, and while pressing to get them back, was not able to do that. So it is what it is, but, that's what makes it fun, always pushing yourself. In our friend group, I would say I am definitely the organizer, planner, coordinator, set up all the tee times, set up all the group chats, set up our golf trip. I've been going for, I think, 4 years now, and we got our 5th year this year. We're doing a 3rd year, I think, of a 24-man group. I think we started with 8, went up to 16, and then 24, just constantly growing, but 24 is probably about it. That's tough.
That was wild last year.
Yeah, that's tough to plan for, but I think 24 is a pretty good number if we get the right guys.
And by the way, I'm planning on taking full advantage of that planning that you do and those tee times that you set. I'm taking full advantage of that this year.
Hey, let's get it. My golf personality, I'm a quiet person in general, but once you get to know me, I can definitely be talkative. On the course, I'm very competitive. Sometimes let that lead to a little bit of trash talk in a fun way, respectable way, but unless you're Josh, then I'll come at you. I am a little bit of a stats nerd, even though I don't know near as much as I'd like to, but I definitely like to see the numbers and the why of what's going on and why I'm doing something and be able to relate it to a specific part of my game. So when I can see the numbers as to why, I'm playing poorly or whatever, I like being able to really dive into it. and really getting into the topic of my why, I think we should definitely inform our listeners of why we wanted to start a podcast. For
That was a
me,
solid segue. Solid
yeah,
A
hey,
plus.
hey, man. Listen to a lot of good stuff. You learn a little bit here and there, right? But honestly, with my why, I really wanted an outlet to, do the stuff that I'm doing all the time anyways. Josh and I have phone calls every single day. Me and a couple other buddies do the same thing throughout the week where we'll get on a phone call and just wrap it up like the way we're doing right now, about random stuff, whether it's golf related, sports related, family, whatever it may be. We do this stuff all the time, and seeing how much I love this game and being able to do something with two guys that, I see as really good friends of mine to just continue to push and grow with each other, step out of our element a little bit and just try something new. Thought that'd be a really good opportunity for us, and definitely looking forward to the challenge for sure.
Yeah, man, I think for like me, it was just I don't know. I've done a lot of stuff on social media this year when it comes to my day job. It's kind of like the low hanging fruit I always say is like gaining a social media following definitely helps gain traction in my field. So it's something that I've really put a lot of effort towards this year. And when you guys asked to come on the podcast, I mean, it was a no brainer for me. It was just like, yeah, dude, I've been waiting to kind of do something like this. And I couldn't think of two better guys to do it with, man.
Looking forward to it, dude.
Heck yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm the exact opposite of both of those. I am extremely nervous with this because I am not great in public speaking. I am not great in front of the phone, like camera and stuff like that. But I need to take a step outside the box in a way, and this is a great opportunity just to experience that and see how it see how what happens. So it from my perspective, I'm yes, extremely nervous, but I'm excited to see what the future will bring, right? And see what see what happens, you know? So, and I couldn't ask two better people to do it with, right? So,
Hey, when you talk about nerves being nervous, that just, in my opinion, just means you care about it and you want it to be something that is successful and that you're proud of. And, I mean, that's a good thing in my opinion.
that's why you're my friend. You can spin
Hey,
anything that I say in a great way, which is great.
Well, think about it
Josh,
now, Josh. Like when you get on the first tee and those nerves start to set in and you get a little bit of the shakes. Now, dude, you're going to be built for that now, bro.
That's the hope and the goal, you know? I mean, I literally haven't done anything, including workouts and stuff like that, for years. So the goal is when all this starts, I'm literally tracking everything through the next year and seeing where I end up, you know, and being with two great people, talking about golf, doing golf, talking about all the different things that we're going to be going through throughout the year, let alone sports. I mean, I don't know about
Yeah.
you guys, but I am willing to talk about baseball and football, soccer as well. You know, even racing. I dabble my feet in racing a lot too in that
okay.
world. We'll
Dabble
be
my
talking
feet
about a lot.
in all those sports, but racing, and I'm not the biggest baseball fan. It's too hard to follow. But hey, sports, we could get down with the sports.
I'm good with everything but racing though. So you dabble your feet. Would we be able to find that on like Feet Finder or something? Or
Hey, man, if you
If you
do some
search hard
feet,
enough, you might be able to find some gold. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
man, so I mean, if you guys don't know, Josh turns into Tiger Woods once some money comes on the line. So seeing his progression on this, and I'm probably not going to be trying to play him for much money next year. I'll tell you that. Just going to be honest.
Just from personal experience, right? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Dude
I'm
might
trying
be
to
a
bring
17
all
handicap, turns into a 2.
that
That
17
happens. I owe you guys a lot of money and a lot of apologies.
handicap is false, by the way. I've seen this kid play some golf, man. He's definitely a sandbagger. Let's say that.
I think he's a sandbagger. Don't get me wrong,
No,
but
I'm definitely not. Okay. All
there's
right.
scores to back up that 17. I'll tell you that too.
There are. The reason it's at 17 and not higher right now. So, you know,
True. I mean, I think we're all excited to get rolling on this and really dive into, not just golf, but each other as people, as friends, as competitors, and like really push each other to grow as a person. Josh, you're stepping out of your comfort zone here. We're pushing you to be something different than maybe you're used to. And not anything more than what you already are as a person, but just like pushing you to be a little bit more, a little bit better. Nate, we expect you to be pushing us to be a little bit better when it comes to our diet, our exercise choices, all that type of stuff. And maybe I'll rub off on you. I don't know about being a little bit more coordinated and planning. I don't know. You seem pretty solid. Josh, you definitely could use some of that, but
I wing it. Let's be real here. I wing it most of the time, and it works out, you know. But
yeah.
when you got a guy like Taylor around, you really don't have to worry about much, because he's gonna have most of it figured out for you already, because that's who he is. So
Hey, and I know I do it for a living, but listen, man, you guys are gonna hold me responsible just like I will for you. Like, there's gonna be a lot of things that I'm gonna lean on you guys on too. Like, I think coming on and just doing this and having to talk about our progress and like the things that we're doing on a week to week basis, right, to get better at the game. And I know I have some lofty goals for what's that gonna be 2026? Are we in now? I don't
Crazy.
even know what year it's gonna be, but yeah, for 2026, man, there's a lot of things that I want to accomplish and work on and get better at the game and just become a better person as a whole too. So I think that I am going to lean on you guys just as much as you'll lean on me. So
hmm
it's
hmm
going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, and we're obviously all new to this stuff. I know Nate, you dive into the social media stuff with work to some extent, but with podcasts and really long form editing of some sort, like this is all something new to us. So you guys listening, we appreciate your support and following along with us, and you know, be accepting of the fact that we're still learning with this and understand that we're going to keep pushing to make it better and better and better. So, stay with us, be patient. We'll keep grinding on it for sure.
I got 0% in this right now, experience wise. So I'm learning everything first time with all the social media stuff.
Yeah, and I think even though we're just starting out, one of the things too is like we'd love to get feedback too, like what things people would like to hear, what things people would like to see, and what we can do better to make it more presentable for our audience and the people who like listen to us.
Yeah, so Nate, I mean, we're obviously doing a podcast right now, and that's kind of the overarching goal of our crew here that we're trying to do. But do you want to maybe touch on some of the like social media stuff that people may or may not see, what they may be able to follow us on?
Yeah, man. You follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram, YouTube. I think for now we're gonna start with some short form content and just kind of get some of that stuff out. Like for one, what we're working on, what we're doing to get better at the game, and just kind of following the journey of us playing some matches. Could be 1v1v1s, maybe some scrambles. Just trying to get out there and play as much golf as we can. Because let's be honest, the more golf that you can play, the better you're gonna get. And so I think that's another big thing with this is just kind of holding us again accountable to like playing. I know sometimes when you get into the week, it gets hard to make excuses to not get to the driving range or work on the game. So I think that'll be something that we'll document along the way and have some cool stuff for you guys to check out on those social media platforms.
Yeah, TikTok too. We'll be on there. I know all the younger audience will probably
Yo, I'm too
appreciate
young
that,
for
but
TikTok, man. I always
I
forget
feel
about
you.
it.
Unfortunately, I get in the habit of the doom scrolling. I know you can do it on pretty much any platform, but TikTok's my vice when it comes to that.
Dude, I just have always been, and I think I said too young. I'm actually too old. I'm the old guy of the groups. But I doom scroll reels. I have a TikTok and I upload to it, but I never catch myself like scrolling on there. I don't know why. I just think I grew up with Instagram and that's just what it is now.
Same. I was Instagram as well. Instagram and YouTube Reels. That's about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
Taylor over here is just TikTok. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok.
Yeah, it's so bad with Josh. He, won't check them. I have to text him the video. So I'll have to sometimes save the video if it's, something worth sharing and then send him that video rather than just sending him the link to TikTok.
Well, for a while, I didn't even have TikTok downloaded. So when people would send like the links and text messages, I hated it because then it's like you
Yep.
got to open it up through the web and yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about a guy that downloaded it this year. I have not downloaded it since this year. So, yeah.
And before we wrap up, do you guys maybe want to touch on some of our goals for next year and some things that, we're thinking about personally as a group, whether work related, golf related, whatever the case may be, just something that you guys have in mind that you're thinking about for next year?
Yeah, I thought that was perfect. I don't know if we might even be able to dedicate a full episode to this because I know, like, personally, I know I have a lot of stuff that I like laid out. But quick hitters off the top of the head, I'm gonna probably set a lofty goal for my handicap next year. At what I shaved was that 7 points last year. So I'd like to do around the same. I think 5 handicap somewhere around that area is where I'd like to set a target to get down to there. One thing that I would really, really like to do too is working with a coach and getting down a schedule of like when I'm going to be practicing and what I should be practicing. I think that's a big thing for me. I feel like I get stuck like a lot of people just going to the range and smacking balls. And then before you know it, the bucket's gone. And it's like, all right, well, I guess I would go home. So like doing more drill work, working with a coach to kind of get a schedule down for that. I think being a strength coach, that definitely suits what I do and how I organize things. So that works for my brain. Yeah, I think from a golf perspective, that's really it. Personally, man, I just want to have a good year. I think I'm doing a lot. We're doing a lot of different things, and that'll help me grow just as an individual and see where the year goes. You know what I mean?
Personally, so haven't announced it yet around here or said anything. I am a dad. I've got two boys. Oldest is 4 years old, just turned four. The youngest will be 2 in March. Married as well. Been married since 2017. So yeah, we've been real busy at home. Been running all over the place with soccer and swim class and all that stuff. So I think it's really easy to say I just want to become a better dad, but I do want to be definitely more intentional about it. And I stepped away from coaching high school basketball that I've done for the past 5 years, and definitely using that as kind of like my stepping stone to get into that, being more intentional about being present at home and being more involved and being at everything instead of, having to get a highlight of what happened. So I'm going to just continue to pursue that. And then in the golf world, I mean, I'm going to set a lofty goal too, Nate. So like I said, I got down to a 5.6 as my low this year. At that time, I had a 74, 276s, and 278s on my card. So I had some pretty solid scores, and I'm definitely capable of those more often than I finished the year out. But I'm going to try to get down to a 2.5 is my goal for next year. So I know the lower you get, the harder it is to shave the numbers off, but that's my goal. That's just a matter of being consistent, and a lot of it is, like you said, Nate, getting some sort of a structure when it comes to practice. Because biggest thing about being able to shoot scores like that is being consistent, but then when you make a mistake, not letting it compound and knowing that you've got that ability to hit that shot to get you out of the trouble that you just found yourself in.
100%.
And that's something I can definitely get better at, but I got significantly better at it probably the last year and a half. And I definitely know I'm, got the skill to do the rest of it. It's just doing it on a consistent basis. So that's the number one goal for golf for me. I'm going to continue to try to play in tournaments and stuff at my club, and won a couple this year. I'm going to try to win a couple more next year. And yeah, I mean, as also personally, I didn't touch on it, but like to get back in shape a little bit. Being a dad now of two, definitely put some dad bod on. Yeah, I would like to get back into it, and for me, kinda what you're talking about with your golf game, Nate, I need that, like, structure and someone kinda telling me, "This is what you need to do, and this is how often you need to do it." And I'm good when I've got a schedule and I've got someone kinda dictating that to me, but if it's just, "Hey, I got an hour, I'm gonna go to the gym. There's a basketball court, I might go warm up for a minute, do some working out, then I'm gonna be shooting for a little bit, maybe play a little bit of pickup, and then I'm heading home." And didn't do anything other than probably hurting my back and hurting an ankle, you know? So
100%. Yeah.
definitely want to try to get back in shape to, to some extent, not trying to get ripped by any means, but definitely shed some of the LBs if I can. And I just know it'll end up helping me in the golf game too.
Josh, what do you got?
Cool. Well, my main goal is not to go backwards like I did this year. I think that's a good starting point to start at. If I can get down from a 17 to like a 13 again or 14, I'd be really, really happy. I think that's a very doable goal.
Do you want to clarify what you started the year at?
No, I don't. I'm not going to state it. You guys, and another episode, we could go into that, but we're not going to go down
I was
that
supposed to
road
say,
just
I
yet.
actually don't think I know the answer to this question, so I'm actually very intrigued now.
It's terrible. It's
13.9.
terrible.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
We need to set a loftier goal than that, then, bro. If me and Taylor's trying to get down to a
Hey,
2 and
if
I'm
I
at
can
a
get
5,
if I can get
if
back
you're
to that,
already at a 13,
yes,
you
and I
gotta
went
do something
backwards,
higher.
100%. You're right.
I honestly
But I
think you
think
could get to an 11.
That's me practicing 4 days a week, and I don't know if I can do that, but we'll see. Anyways, digress. Let me continue. I think healthy is good. I have not been healthy this year. McDonald's trips, seeing family across the country. It's been a roller coaster of a diet, let's say. So the goal for next year is to get myself on a good protein heavy diet so I can start working out and start building muscle again and going down that route of being healthy again. So along with the healthiness is practice. I have a PGA store membership, the PGA store not too far away from me. So my plan is to kind of schedule out a practice session per week where I'm there 2-3 times a week at least practicing this out during the winter. And then I have a nice course down the road that has a good practice facility that's wide open. They allow people to do chipping in different areas in the openness that's there, and that's kind of my goal is to use that area as a developing session along with the PGA, along with the free lesson that you get, along with the free fitting. Use all that to my benefit. So I definitely think 13 and 14 is definitely doable. Obviously, the main goal is to get lower than that, but as long as I can achieve that, I would feel very, very, very successful.
We told you guys, he's a sandbagger, man. He won't even go lower than a 13. You already been there.
Josh, that's like settling for the girl at 2 o'clock. Like, hey, she's here. That's good enough.
I won't make a comment. Comments are going to stay in the background for now. Maybe come out in the future. We'll see.
Nate, I think your comment, like, that could be a whole nother episode. Definitely should be something we can go a little bit more detailed in. And I know the three of us are big fans of the show Chasing Scratch.
Yeah.
And they every single year have a full, what would you say, probably like pushing an hour long episode about each of their goals and legitimate steps that they're going to take to meet those goals.
Mhm.
And, I know we're obviously big fans of that show, but to copy them a little bit in that regard, I think is pretty cool to do. And I definitely think something that could be entertaining and maybe even inspiring to some of the people that would be listening to maybe follow along with us the same way that we're trying to do with those guys and, just give concrete steps to pursue that goal.
I think we should sit down and we'll 3 or 5 top goals of what we want to accomplish in 2026 and kind of give ourselves measurable things that we can check in 3, 6, and then a year later down the line and just see kind of where we're at with what we laid out for ourselves. And then we have actual tangible data, as you like, Taylor, to
That's right.
kind of track stuff. So no, yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Well, I mean, anybody got anything else for today? I think that's a awesome start to our first one. Got everyone to get to know us a little bit, give a little bit more detail than maybe they wanted about Josh's feet finder. I mean, anything else?
Man, I think
I
that's
think
it.
that's
I'm
a great
excited.
start.
Buckle up, baby. It's going to be a long ride.
Yep, let's do it. All right. Peace, guys. Have a good
Let's
one.
do it.